Yo, what's going on? It's Isaiah, aka Mr. Starts with a Vision, founder of startswithavision.com. Okay. Today we talking about what do we do after we thought about our pain. What do we do after we looked inside, right? This is gonna come before you even set up your infrastructure of your business, before you set up the foundation. This right here is the most important part, in my opinion. This is the most important part, and this is what I did after I thought about everything that I've gone through. Let me tell you what I did. I got on the internet and I started with YouTube videos. I just started finding people, and I would sit and watch their videos, and I would see how they're doing what they're doing. What words are they using? What stories are they telling? How are they marketing? Then I would go to the next person. Then I would go to the next person. And off of their YouTube channel, I would go on their website. I would see what their website just looked like. What does their website look like? What colors are they using? Are they selling products or are they not? Do they have an online school or do they not? All of that stuff. I went on their social media profiles. This is what I found out. You can have 0 followers on Instagram and have 100,000 on YouTube. So what that taught me was figure out what's your bread and butter. What's going to be the medium that's bringing you the most amount of money and traffic, right? So I spent a countless amount of time researching these people. And then what did I do? I went on blogs. And I would just literally sit and look at people's websites. Not even consuming their content, but I would consume how they did things. I would consume all of that stuff. Then I was listening to a few audiobooks. I've already been building my personality and my brand per se for a while now. I've already been reading a ton of books. So I didn't have to go and read all these books on branding. I didn't have to do that. But I was researching a lot of people. And then I would have conversations with a few other people. I would ask them, what's their take on this topic? What's their take on this? How do they feel about the internet? Just a whole bunch of stuff, because what all this research did was it allowed me to come up with the foundation of starts with the vision. That's what it allowed me to do. So the research was key. And let me say this. Research is the most important part of your everything. Kendrick Lamar said when he started rapping, he went to go do research on all the great people. Tom Brady, the same thing. You have to study people who are doing what you want to do. You have to study people who are in the industry that you want to go into. And I'm not just talking about regular people. I'm talking about people who are actually yielding results. So I found people that I felt resonated with me. I found people that I felt like they had results. I would research them, see if they had any bad reputations on their name, and I would follow them, see how they did it. I would see how they're making money. I would see what's possible, because this is all stuff that I wrote down and I had in my head so that, okay, I know which way I want to go with this whole thing now. Because when you building something, business, your brand, your movement, you have to have your vision. You have to know which way you want to go, in my opinion. A lot of people say they didn't know which way they wanted to go, and that's fine as well, but that's just someone taking action. But if you can help it, be somewhat organized in your approach, because you do not want to just do something for the sake of doing it. You actually want to do something with the intentions on, this is what I'm trying to get out of this action. And when you do that, you just get so much further. I've gone about things just doing action. I'm an action taker, but in the past, there wasn't a whole bunch of research behind my actions. And that's why sometimes I fell flat on my face. I don't want that to happen to you. I want you to do your research. Go on youtube.com. Type in the topic of what you're interested in. Type in the topic of what you want to start, what you want to build, even if it's your business. Type that in. Follow those people. And then what I also did was I researched people not even in my industry to see what their mindset was, because I figured I could learn something from what I'm about to do from someone else in a completely different industry, and that can make me unique with what I'm doing. If you don't know, I should have said this in the beginning, but I sell t-shirts. I inspire people through creating content through YouTube, website, blog, and podcast, and also on social media. That's what I do. I've been through a lot of things, and I say it with confidence that no matter who you are, I can make a positive, dramatic impact in your life, no matter where you're at. Because I look at everything completely different. I could look at some headphones and look at how they work and come up with something that's perspective and it's going to compare to life. Like with headphones, sometimes you got to put them over your ears so you don't hear anybody else, as long as they noise canceling headphones. You have to sometimes isolate yourself, and when you isolate yourself, you're going to be able to elevate, because now you don't have to deal with all the outside sounds, stuff like that. I live this every single day when I'm on the phone. If I'm talking to someone, the conversations are just like this. I don't have pointless conversations like I used to a few years ago. So that's what I do. I really want to inspire people to live their best life. And I want to inspire them through my actions. But you cannot do that without research. You cannot do it without research. Go research anyone great. They had someone that they were researching, and eventually that person or someone else became their teacher, their mentor, their coach, whatever the case is. I'm not a big fan of mentors, but I'm a big fan of associates. I'm a big fan of masterminds. I'm a big fan of connecting with people who are higher than you, that already have the results that you have, and they will show you certain things that you can do to get where you want to go. But don't for 1 second think that you can build a 6-figure business, build a 7-figure business, make $50,000 a year without doing research. That's the concrete getting laid right there. Your research is key. Your research is key. I cannot stress that enough. If I would have done research before getting out the military, I probably would have been way further than I'm at right now. But that's also because I didn't have the long term in mind. I didn't have the long term in mind. That's why I had a lot of downfalls. Think about 5 years from now. Where do you want to be 5 years from the time that you start your business, the time that you start your brand? Right? So that research, it's going to be the concrete for the house getting laid. That's going to be the foundation for everything that comes after that. Products, Do you want to have a school? Do you want to teach people? Is it a real life business? You going to have products? What is it going to be? But you need to do your research for purposes that I cannot explain every single one, because there's so many benefits of research, and research scares people. A lot of people don't want to do the research. Sometimes this is what research entails. You may have to get on the internet to find one thing, but that one thing may take 6 hours, literally 6 hours. A lot of people, they're not going to do that, which is why only 2 to 3% of the whole population are entrepreneurs, because they did the research. So would you rather do 12 hours of research over a weekend and then have your own company spitting out $300K a year? Or would you rather not want to do the research and then end up working for that company spitting out $300K a year and you're only making $10,000 a month? I mean, $10,000 a year, or whatever the case is. I promise you, once you stop watching this video, get a note, a pen and a pad, get on the internet and get to work. Go research the people that you know of in the industry. Go find new people that you know of in the industry. Go to their websites, see how they operate, see how consistent they're doing things, see if they're inconsistent. Look at the reviews of what people are saying about them. So many things. See how they speak. See how they articulate themselves. Is this even something that you want to do? Do you want to be in front of a camera a lot? Maybe you want to do a blog opposed to videos on YouTube. What do you want to do? You don't know what you want to do until you actually see something, see what it entails, and then you'll be able to be like, okay, cool, like I feel confident in moving forward that way. Because sometimes you have to be confident in what you're going to, otherwise your actions aren't going to support confidence. They're not going to be supported by confidence, so you're not really going to win like you wanted to, or like you should have, or like you could have if you would have just done the research, which is going to build your confidence moving forward. What happens when people shop online? They look up stuff, right? Before someone makes a purchase online from an online store, they will do their research somehow, some way, to buy something for $40, $30. So why don't you go do your research to build a business, to build your brand that's going to pay you dividends you wouldn't even be able to imagine later on? You have to research. You have to find information that not a lot of people are willing to go get. Go on the internet, your phone, or on your desktop or your laptop. Doesn't matter. Get busy. Get to work. YouTube, Google. You can research on Instagram. You just have to be hungry enough and really want it. Be hungry enough to figure this thing out. Even if someone helps you, they're not in control of what you accomplish. If you go buy a course today and you don't get the results that you want, 9 times out of 10, you didn't put in the work. You didn't put in enough work. People buy courses in hopes that it's going to be it's going to solve their problems of being lazy. You can't be lazy in this thing. So don't say that you want to start something. You want to start your t-shirt line, and you haven't successfully done the research. How much does a logo cost? How much are you going to get the rights to the logo when you get it? What type of file does your logo need to be in to print stuff? That's the type of stuff that you need to be researching if you want to do t-shirts. If you want to go cut grass, how much does one lawnmower cost? What is everyone else in the area charging to cut one lawn? That's the type of stuff. Look at your competition and then plan on dominating. Look at who's doing it. See how they're doing it. What are they charging? What are their habits? What are they doing on a daily basis? And if you really want to get cool, go get cool with them. And just see how they operate via internet or physically, if they're in your local market. But don't shy away from research. That's all research. That's all preliminary stuff. Once you have your research set in stone, everything is going to be so much more powerful. It's going to stand for more. And it's going to make you feel so much more confident when you start putting stuff out there, when you start talking about these different topics. So that's what I did after I started to look inside of myself and I started to think about my pain. I started to research. I thought about all the prior research I did, how it correlates with with now, and then I did further research more and more on Instagram, on Facebook, not really Facebook, but Google and YouTube a lot, because with YouTube, people have all their social media profiles and everything, and I just got to see what they're doing. Some people are branded from YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and everything. Some people are branded just on YouTube. Some people are branded just on Instagram. And you have to know how that affects your bottom line, which is your wallet, your pockets. Because if you're just branded on Instagram, you can have there's people with actual business models on Instagram, but you may not have the back end that you need. So you need a website to have all the back end stuff, your list building, emails. You need to know all of that stuff, your analytics. You have analytics on a couple programs with Instagram, but you need to see what other people are doing. And then that way you're able to see which way you want to go, what route you want to take. So that's what I have to say to y'all. That's pretty much it. If you like this video, like it, subscribe to the channel, comment on it and let me know what you think. And add me on Snapchat, which is Trailblazing Zay, and I'll talk to you guys on the next video.